Mookie Betts. He stands out. I mean, he's talked about Tom and DeRO making adjustments this offseason. It's the highest slug since his MVP season. What does he change? Because he's always been such a threat at the plate. Break him down.
Yeah, well, you think, Lauren, about last year in September, he kind of wore down a little bit, hit 222 in September. So he and a bunch of Dodgers went to driveline in the offseason. I said, what'd you take out of that, Mookie? He said, I had to get stronger. Added 8 pounds. He started a routine in spring training of using the weighted bats. You go weighted, regular, underweight, and train that to get more bat speed. And, man, is it showing up here. I mean, you saw it in the WBC, the way the ball comes off his bat.
My first conversation with him, talking about where he wanted to hit in the lineup, how he wanted to play, defense, second base, all of it. He did mention, I'm going to profile a little bit different. You imagine being able to tell somebody, I'm going to slug more this year. And he's done exactly that.
I'm glad you said that because Mookie is a slugger. I know he's a great all-around player, but I don't think he gets enough credit for being an absolute pull power monster on the pull side. And you look at his metrics this year and things that have changed in terms of how hard he's hitting the ball and getting the ball in the air more. First of all, we'll look at this. He's got a chance to hit 40 home runs. These are the only guys in Major League history, 5'9" and shorter, who have hit 40. Mookie's at 34. He's going to join
Wilson
this list.
ran hard.
He did. You could do that back in the day and still play. So I mentioned the changes in his metrics. Look at this is an all-time high exit velo for Mookie Betts, right? Launch angle has gone up. The slugging at 595. So he was dead on when he told you he was going to slug more. And it's really to the pull side. His pull side power in the air is just tremendous. So we look at some of his home runs. He got 7 this month. And it's amazing to see. They all look the same to me. This swing here, he started doing this a couple of years ago. If you watch his follow through, where that top hand does not turn over.
It never turns
Watch
over.
that top hand just stay underneath the baseball. He's getting lift to the baseball. That's why you see the launch angle go up. Now, you got to hit the ball hard to get it out. You can't just hit pop-ups, and he is hitting it hard. Have you noticed anything similar on these home runs? They're like in the same spot. It doesn't matter where he's pitched. All these pitches I'm showing you, you've seen slider away, fastball in, changeup down, watch your head. This is what he does. That's 99 turning that around. I mean, you could throw a blanket on this area in left center field where he's just hitting balls like it's BP. You see guys do this at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, not at 7 o'clock game time. That's a fastball up and in that he just absolutely kept fair, no hook to it at all. Little changeup piece right there, hits that out to left center. So Mookie Betts is hitting everything in basically the same area. Hey, even LeBron.
I know. He's become a showman.
I got to tip my cap to you, Mookie. You're the best. Yeah, tip your cap. Love it. That's respect. I mean, just throw a blanket on that area out there. If you're buying tickets to a Dodger game, get your seats out. Right there in the bleachers right there. You're going home with a Mookie Betts souvenir. So why has he got so much power? Well, we talked about the fly balls to the pull side. Only Marcus Semien has hit more fly balls to the pull side, but look how much damage. So most of these balls he's pulling in the air to left field, they're going out. They're home runs. I did notice one change in Mookie this year in terms of his approach at the plate. Watch the way he's going to sink into his legs earlier this year than he did last year. 2 lefties, these are supposed to be fastballs up and in. And we're going to stop it when that pitch is right at about thigh high. You see how much more erect he is here?
Yeah.
Here he's now into his legs more. He's got this mechanism, and Don Mattingly had it as well. It's sink and explode. Sink and explode. And that he's doing a little bit more of that this year. So roll it ahead here. On the left with Snell, he's going to get beat by the fastball. He's on time on the fastball up and in here against Braxton Garrett. So that little change to me, he's always been such a powerful hitter. But I think being more on time, and there again with that top hand not rolling over, he's going to stay underneath and through the baseball. There's our boy. Look. How about that swing? Wilson, he's a big boy. Earl Averill.
Come on.
And Mel Ott. I mean, you got to find black and white pictures to show guys who hit like Mookie at this size, pound for pound. All right, I compared him to smaller guys, 5'9", best pound for pound slugger the game has ever seen. What if I told you at this point in his career, he's ahead of the pace of the all-time home run hitter? Stop that for a second. 1,231 games, Mookie Betts has more home runs, RBIs, than the all-time home run king.
My God.
Mookie Betts. And look at the slugging percentage. Now, this is just about the point where Barry put on a lot more than 8 pounds.
Yeah.
So we got to throw that in there as well. But Forget about just comparing him to guys 5'9" and smaller. Compare him to anybody you want. Mookie Betts is putting up all-time numbers.
Who do you got right now? MVP?
MVP race, I had Ronald locked up, and now I'm unlocking it.
Yeah, unlock it.
It's open.
It's crazy.
If Mookie Betts continues to play like this, and I'm not ruling out Freddie Freeman either, he could win it. Look at these numbers here. When you look at WAR, you're talking about a guy who's been playing second base and shortstop as well. And I know Ronald's got the amazing stolen base numbers. He's going to do things we've never seen before, a combination of stolen bases and home runs. But when you think about Mookie, where he's playing on the field, what he's doing in that lineup, he's going to hit 40 bombs.
Real quick teaching moment coming off of Tom for the coaches at home and youth at home. He showed Mookie Betts and all the pull pop. Talking with him, talking with Nolan Arenado, talking with my best buddy Brian McCann. They never felt they could drive. Nolan said, I never felt like I could drive the ball consistently out of the park to right center. I mean, all his homers are pull. Max, same thing. All his homers are pull. So the coaches that sit there and just say, you got to use the whole field, you got to go up the middle the other way. Yeah, if he can drive the ball that way. But there are some of the game's greats that are pulling everything.
It's such an important point. One of the best things I ever heard from Tony Gwynn, who was obviously one of the greatest hitters of all time, was know your swing.
What's your sinus
know
rhythm
your
swing? Chipper Jones was big on that.